Let's work. Yo, it's go time, showtime, never backing down time.
Springtime, which means spring bear hunt here in Northern Ontario, and so we're gonna go out and set up our bear bait. Season opens in a couple days, so we're a little late, but we'll get it all set up, see what we can get in, and that should be pretty cool. Full disclosure, this is a video about hunting, which is the pursuit of an animal for food. So if you're not interested or that upsets you, just don't watch. So this bear bait we're heading into right now, I'm gonna set it up, show you what we set it up with and how we go about. It's about 2 kilometers into the woods here. We got a little bit of a hike, and I got 100 pounds worth of gear on my back, but it's okay. That's what it's for, right? Work harder, not smarter. So we hunt bear for a few different reasons. First of all, it's for the meat, for the family, organic meat, great red meat. The other reason is for the fat. We render it down into a lard, and it's really good to cook with. I also hunt within a few kilometers of my home, so it keeps the bear population down a little bit in our area. We do have bears regularly every year. We have them around the chicken coop or wrecking our apple trees. We also tan the hide and use it as a rug. Got some moose moving around up here. Ladder stand looks good. It's still pretty solid. You always forget something. I forgot my saw, so I can clear up my shooting lanes and also my trail in and out of here. Try to keep his noise to a minimum. But so this is my bait system here, just a 45-gallon drum. And I have it chained here. I just have it chained to a tree so they can't drag it away. Also, these wires inside are just made out of like I just tied them in from some metal clothes hangers. It keeps the bears from crawling inside. Small ones can still get in. And then after that, we just put, once we got everything in there, we put this board on top and use this patio block on top of that. And that keeps the coons out, raccoons and the squirrels and everything else from emptying this bucket, so we can target the species we want. So for bait, I don't have anything really special. This is just basic dog food we get from TSC. It's fairly cheap. And then I clean out the fridge. So here's some anchovies from when we did something with anchovies. The Jello I use as a sweetener. We got some old chocolate sauce that's starting to go funny. Some anise, when we cooked with some anise years ago, with some old fry oil. This we haven't been using, so it's nothing special, but it gets the job done. I try to avoid spending any money on baiting, even though that increases my chance to spend money on proper things, but defeats the whole purpose of getting meat for a half decent price. Once it's all in there, the sweetener with the dog food there, dog food provides kind of the sustenance, and then the sweetener makes it all nice, so that we give it a stir up there, make sure everything's kind of sticky. Any oil or grease, I throw around onto the logs, stumps, also onto the ground, so that if they come by, it'll get on their paws, they'll spread it around. I don't like putting it in with the food just because I find it makes it go stink bad. So that's all set up. Perfect, ready to go. I'm gonna let that chocolate drain a little bit and then we set up our cameras. Last thing to do is to ensure you take all your trash out. I hate coming in and seeing a bunch of trash lying around at a bait station if I stumble across one. The other thing we do is we put up a stink bucket. So that's got some old frozen fish guts and whatever in it. That'll marinate. It's got a hole in the bottom of it so any juices or gross stuff will drip out. So that's my humble bear setup for baiting. I just have to come back in here in a couple days. I'll let it sit for a couple days. I'll come back in here, restock, and I'll bring a saw so I can clean up some of my shooting lanes before I actually hunt. So we got to hike back out of here. I'll show you last year's bear hunt.
Bring it on.